What is up, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? Guess what time it is? It's actually my favorite time of the month. Time for the mid-month messages. So the reason why the mid-month messages are my favorite time of the month is because what I am checking to see in this video is if there has been a change of timelines. In my readings, I like to give advice. And if you take that advice and you apply it to your situation, that could potentially change your timelines. That's the whole reason why I give advice, man. So, for those of you who would like a personal reading, if you just check right down there in the description of this video, you will find the link that will take you straight to that page on my website. And for those of you who missed the memo, we now have the one-on-one Zoom call readings now available on my website again. Now that we are finally settled in and established, and my schedule behind the scenes is much more predictable, I went ahead and had my wife turn the Zoom call readings back on. Okay, so you can also find those through the link in the description as well. All right, let's jump into this. I'm starting this off with the person you're dealing with and the situation troubling you the most. Let's see, has there been a change of timelines? If there was a change of timelines, did they change for the better or for the worse? Let's see. There we go. Okay. Oh. What do we got? Oh, too many of them. All right, last shuffle. All right, there we go. Thank you for the super chat and message diaries. Appreciate you. All right, let's see here. Well, man, Two of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed is a final decision. A final decision. So that would kind of indicate to me that there may not have been a change of timelines on this. Whoever made the decision in this particular situation, looks like the decision was final. And with the Lover's card reversed, Ten of Swords, looks like it's a final decision to throw in the white towel and give up on this. That's what it looks like to me. Especially some of y'all done caught somebody in such a fucking lie, you know, that it's just, there's no way. There's no way. Like for some of you, whatever this person did was a deal breaker. And, well, hey, can't get mad at you for that. I mean, everybody got to have boundaries. But, yeah, doesn't really look like much has changed here. It sure does not. Okay, well, we're going to have to see how this person feels about you. Let's see how this person feels about Scorpio. What's their thoughts, feelings, and opinions, hopes, dreams, and expectations? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they? How do they feel about you at the deepest level? Ooh, they're mad at you. Ooh, they're mad at you. Boom. Okay, yeah, now they still, I don't think, yeah, they don't agree with you. Whatever, is this a decision that you made? Somehow, some way, they're pointing the finger at you, blaming you for the way things turned out. Or even if they're the one that made this decision, they're still somehow flipping it onto you. Somehow, some way, you know? So they're holding on to some anger, some bitterness. The Lover's card, that means they still feel an insanely intense connection with you. And yeah, somehow they're flipping this onto you like it's all your fault. They want to talk to you. They have something that they want to say, but I don't think they have anything new to say. So for those of you wondering what this person wants to say to you, ain't nothing you ain't heard before. Ain't nothing you ain't heard before. Sounds like this person's a very stubborn type of very fixed individual that's very stuck and set in their ways. And just like I said, I don't think they have anything new to say. So you probably already done heard everything that they have to say 100 million times. So, okay. All right. Could be a Cancer for some of you. I also have Leo here and Aries hidden in there. Well, let's see. Is there going to be any actions taken? Is this person taking action towards you? What's happening here? Are they taking action? Magician. No, they're not taking action anytime soon, but they're planning to. Later on down the line, they absolutely have every intention in the world of coming forward and breaking the silence. I don't think they're doing that anytime soon, though. They're waiting for the right moment. Now, what would they consider to be the right moment? I don't know. Have no idea. I'll tell you what usually comes through, though. It didn't come through here, but what usually comes through is they're waiting for like a point of vulnerability, you know? Like for example, let's say you're with somebody and you get dumped or cheated on, something like that, you know? Or God forbid, granny's in the hospital, or your dog gets hit by a car, or something where you're at a vulnerable point, you know? Now that actually didn't come through here this time, but that's usually what comes through when somebody is waiting on the right opportunity. But I don't know what they consider the right opportunity to be. But they have every intention, they're planning on coming forward later on down the line. Let's get some advice. What is the advice? Thank you, Denise, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. What's the advice? Ooh, Two of Cups reversed. You've made the right decision. It's saying that reconnecting with this person would not be a smart idea. Let's find out why. Why the Two of Cups reverse? Why is that the advice? The World card reverse, because it'll just basically turn into a repeat cycle. You'll just loop around and repeat the same cycle with this person over and over and over. And the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, now, look. Devil card reversed. I'm sorry, Devil card, Tower card reversed. So, it's time for your next soul contract to come in. Okay, so first of all, I don't think this was ever a permanent soul contract anyways. Now, for those of you who come to me for a personal reading, 99.9% of the time, I don't care what your questions are. I don't care what your situation is. Before I even look at your questions, I'm going to look at one thing for me, and that is what kind of soul contract you're dealing with. How many of you come to me for a personal reading? That's the first fucking thing that I look at. Every time. And very, very frequently, much more often than not, when we're dealing with a situation that has come to an end, about 75 to 80% of the time, it came to an end because it was time for it to come to an end. because it was not a permanent soul contract. The two of you were supposed to come together for a temporary period of time and accomplish whatever it was in that soul contract. And then once you cleared and completed that, it was time to move on. So, but the next contract that you have due to come in will be a permanent contract. And it's time for the next person to come in. But what's your number one priority? Healing. Healing from and releasing this person's energy is your number one priority right now. Unless you just want to take another trip around the merry-go-round, and hey, if that's what you want to do, by all means, knock yourself out. But for those of you ready to move on to a new experience, stay on the path you're on. Let's see what's coming in next. Who's the next person coming in for Scorpio? Next person coming in. Ooh, we got that King of Pentacles. Could be an earth sign for some of you. But again, that's another sign of stability. This person is a very solid, stable, dependable individual who ain't playing no fucking games. Could be a business owner for some of you. Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Boom, boom. Now that actually has a lot of potential. The Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles could move fucking mountains together, bro. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you another thing, too. The King of Pentacles is not about no goddamn drama. Oh, no, the fuck they ain't. Oh, no, he ain't. He ain't gonna tolerate no drama. He ain't gonna tolerate no childish fuckery or unnecessary drama or bullshit. But boy, this is gonna be intense. It's coming in and it's hitting you unexpectedly, and it's gonna move very fast. Very, very fast. Like I said, I think that the next contract due to come in is something very long-term and potentially permanent. All right, well, do I have any major arcana here? I got Libra, there's Cancer here. Okay. Let's dig this person's energy and feelings up a little bit deeper. Let's dig their feelings, energies, and intentions up a little bit deeper. Emperor. Could be an Aries for some of you. And the Justice, King of Cups. Need I say more? This person's looking for stability. They ain't playing no games. Again, they could be like a boss or a CEO or a business owner for some of you. Now, they are still healing from a serious betrayal that they experienced in the past, but they're ready to settle down with their life partner. That's about as solid as it gets, dude. It don't get no more solid than that. King of Wands, King of Cups, Emperor, Justice, Lover's card, Star card. That's about as solid as it gets. You can't ask for more of a rock-solid person than that. Let's see how it plays out for the first month. What's the outcome? How's it playing out for the first month? So we do got that devil card there. So you do run the risk of it starting off as a sex-based connection. You do run the risk of that, but Lover's card, Sun card. Okay. That's the only thing that might be a little bit concerning. I was just telling Libra this too. See, when you meet this person, it will trigger some shit that you have buried deep, deep down in there. Oh yeah, it will. I don't care what walls you have up. I don't care what defense mechanisms you've developed. When this person comes in, none of that shit matters. Oh, just wait. Just wait. Now, here's where it gets a little bit slippery. Again, I was just telling Libra this. Matter of fact, some of you could be dealing with a Libra. But where it gets slippery is when you have that deep layer of yourself that you're even trying to hide from yourself. You know? Where you have those skeletons and those demons and whatnot that you've locked away in that deep pit and that dark dungeon, and you yourself don't even want to look at it. You don't even want to face it yourself. Oh, guess what? That person is going to penetrate straight to that level. This person's going to reach down into the pit of that dungeon and flip that light switch on and turn that light on down there. And all those ugly bugs and roaches are going to scatter. And it can trigger some shit to bubble up to the surface. And it's not uncommon at all for the two of you to go through a couple of little verbal tussles. Let's just put it that way. But other than that, though, everything's looking pretty good. Might be a little bit bumpy in the beginning, especially if this happens during this retrograde. Especially. But other than that, very, very sexual connection. But as you all start connecting at the deepest level, yeah, it could make some rocky twists and turns in the beginning. What advice do we have? What advice do we have for Scorpio when the next person comes in? What advice do we have? And devil card again. All right. How about this? How about this? I'm not saying don't let it be a sexual connection. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't want to let it turn into just that, because it's really, really, really easy to accidentally neglect other areas, aspects, and facets of the connection. And one thing I will tell every damn sign until my face turns blue and the cows come home: do not neglect the friendship aspect of this connection. Don't neglect that. I see it happen all the time. Two people come together and they're blinded by the explosion of emotions and the sexual chemistry in the beginning. Blinded by it. Those feelings will start to wear off over time. And then what are you left with when that wears off? Well, if you never took the time to cultivate a friendship with this person, that's when it usually starts to decline. Because now that we're comfortable with each other, we've been around each other for a while, you know, we're not completely mesmerized and dumbfounded by each other anymore. Now what do we got? Now what do we got? We don't even like to hang out together. You don't even like my friends. I don't like your friends. You don't like my family. I don't like your family. Your family don't like me. My family don't like you. And at the end of the day, we just really can't fucking stand even being around each other. But we've been around each other for so long that it's become a habit. It's become a routine. If you sit in shit long enough, you'll stop smelling it. But that don't mean that you ain't sitting in shit. So all I'm saying is don't neglect the friendship aspect of the connection. Okay? Because this is going to be long term, I think, anyways. Hang on. I dropped the Empress on the floor. This is going to be long term anyways. Now, you're going to be faced with that challenge at some point in time or another in this connection. It's best, I think, to get it out of the way in the beginning, within the first year or so. So it's going to happen one way or the other, though. The only thing is, if you procrastinate that and put it off until later, it'll make it harder to cultivate that aspect of the connection. So in the beginning, for the first 3 to 6 months, communication and friendship. If you want it to be sexual, that's fine. You're going to do that. That's the way it goes. But communication and friendship, put that in there with it. And this is going to be long term. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Scorpio family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of the video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And for those of you who missed the memo, on my website, the Zoom call readings are available again on my website. Now we're established, we're settled. My schedule behind the scenes is much more predictable now. So we have put the Zoom call readings back on the website. So if you check the description of the video, you'll find the link that will take you straight to that page on my website. All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.